Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday again. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope everybody has a fun-filled adventure with your family. I want to go over some things today that come across my desk on a daily basis, weekly basis, and I feel that by me going over with you guys these little simple things, for me, the more I hear something, it kind of like penetrates in my brain, so it automatically focuses when somebody asks me the question. Agent called me last week and said, Joe, can I backdate a final expense plan? I don't know of any carriers we have that you can backdate. The only way to get the client to save age, you must draft their account the day before their birthday. Now here's the catch. Let's sit and say the client's birthday is November 28th, November 28th. And you say, okay, Joe, I'm going to save age. I'm going to write them, get them first draft on November 27th. They'll save the premiums by not going to higher age, yet their draft date is locked in that date. They can't change it till the 3rd. They can't change it the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Wednesday. So anybody that you do that for, they're locked in for that particular draft date forever. Now you can back up somebody who buys a term policy. Had a client, me personally, had a client this month, wrote an application. She was going from 42 to 43, written way before her birthday. By the time they pulled this and pulled that, she was not approved until 3 days after her birthday. So I told her, you can either pay a higher premium for 20 years or they can collect one additional premium from you and you have the lower premium forever. She says, matter of fact, Joe, just let me send in a Visa card for a full payment. So that's what she did. So no backdating on final expense, yet you can backdate somebody's age on term insurance. Okay, now, whenever you go through an application with a client, please do not talk about your favorite carrier until you find out how they're going to pay. If a person has a debit card, they got a MasterCard Direct Express, they cannot have Royal Neighbors. They cannot have American Amicable. Okay? They cannot have Liberty Bankers. There are certain carriers that will accept the Direct Express MasterCard and the debit card. So you need to find out how they get their money before you pivot to the carrier that you want to use. How many of you have goals set? This is what I tell agents every day when I talk to them. Do you have a goal set, a weekly one, a monthly one? Where are you at today? Have you thought about what you want to do next year? Oh, Joe, it's kind of early. No, it's not too early. Are you doing Medicare? Are you doing Medicare Advantage? Are you doing term insurance? Do you need a hospital indemnity plan? Do you maybe want to experience under 65 health insurance? These are things you need to get going now to get contracted. Even if you don't write them next week, at least you have them and you're going to start getting some information. And to me, now's the best time. Thanksgiving's a little bit slow for us. Christmas, New Year's is slow for us. What better opportunity can you have now to get something new to where you can study it and go over it over the holidays? Okay. Carriers, all final expense carriers have caps. What I mean by a cap, Liberty Bankers cap is $40,000. So if you go to somebody's house and they already have a Liberty Bankers policy, and the example I'm going to give, the policy they have is $30,000. The most you can write that client is $10,000. You can't write them 20 because 20 and 30 equals 50. It'll be denied. So if you run across somebody who has a $30,000 with Liberty and they want to get $20,000 more, your options are 10 more with Liberty and 10 with a different carrier, or just put them with a total different carrier and get them the full 20 that they want. Okay? Every carrier that we have has leave behinds. I'm going to recommend you guys to order some leave behinds so when you're with clients, you're speaking to them face to face or even by the phone, you either have something to leave them or something to mail to them. The leave behinds these carriers have are very impressive. They look very good. They look very sharp. When you hand somebody one of these leave behinds, It makes you look better. It makes you look sharper. Make sure you put your company card on them. Are you asking open-ended questions? I've been with agents before. They'll ask a question where it's either going to be a yes or a no. Ask questions where you're going to get them to sit and speak with you. When you're visiting with a client, you want them to do talking. You want them to feel that they're in control. You want them to feel that they're the leader of the ship, that they're the ones who are driving this here. The only way that you can let them feel that way, which is good, is to give them things to talk about. Because when you're speaking with somebody and they want to buy from you, you want them to buy from you, you want them to buy something, they got to feel comfortable with you. And the only way for them to get to know you is to be able to speak with you and have a conversation going back to back, and also you making notes of what they say. Another thing, when you're going over the pricing, let's say I like showing 5 different prices, 5 different programs, a 20, a 17, a 15, a 12, and a 10, depending on what their budget is. When I'm going through the pricing with them, I do not go 20,000 is $147.19. They're looking at it, they're looking at the piece of paper with me. What I do is I say, okay, the one for 20,000 is 147, the 17 is here, the 15 is 115. I don't use no pennies, but I don't say every single price because it becomes just overwhelming. If you're with them, they can look at it. If you're on the phone, just say the 20,000 is 147 and change. We can go with the pennies later on when you decide which one you want to go with. Voicemails. Please do me a favor. I call agents and this is what I get. Ring, 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 ring. The phone answers. You have reached the voicemail of 813 phone number. Please, if a client is calling you, you want them to think that you're a big organization, that you're a big time producer. You take care of millions and millions of people. Put your name on there. Hello, you've reached the insurance office of Jack Scaglione. Please leave your name and number and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Make it a great day. Make sure you say your name. Please say your name because it shows validity. It validates who you are. They're calling. You want them to know that you are the person that either they spoke to a minute ago or the person that they were with at their house. When you're with a client, get the mindset that you must show the value. Don't talk about how you want to sell something. What happens a lot of times when we're not making sales, we come across with what we call this commission breath. People feel that commission breath when you're talking to them because you're a little bit more aggressive, you may be a little snippy. So the best thing that I can recommend you to do is kind of like sit on your hands, go a little bit slower, tell them the reasons why other people buy these here. Tell them the reasons why when people buy and they pass away, how a check will be delivered to the beneficiary. Tell them how it's level premium, level face amount, cash value. Show the value of why they should buy it. Time is always of the essence. You're never going to be this age again. Let's set this up before your birthday to get you set up. I have no crystal ball. I've got no idea what's going to take place 2 months down the road. Okay? And the beauty about my plan, today's the 22nd of the month. I don't need no money till next month. I already know your check comes in my mind, on the second Wednesday. We can set it up where it comes out on the second Wednesday of the month and everything is taken care of. One less thing for you to worry about, for you to enjoy the holidays. Yellow delivery notices. Something that's very important, especially when you're door knocking. Leave a yellow delivery notice. If you want them, get with Jay. We have them. We can send them to you. Hit your credit card. We charge basically nothing for them because it's a great tool for you to use. Okay. When you're showing premiums, try to keep your less expensive premium at $50. I don't care if they tell you they can't afford much. I don't care if they say they're on a budget. I don't care if they say the old hospital $30,000. I'm not saying that to be mean. They're using it as a smoke signal because a client feels the more they cry to you, you're going to give them a better price. Well, When you go to your rate sheet, I'm using Liberty Bankers today. Liberty Bankers says $10,000, $50. There's nothing you can do to make that 50, 47, 75 to make them happy. Tell them, listen, these are the programs that are available. Some will be a little bit more expensive. Let's talk about the ones I have shown here. When they start giving you hesitation, well, I need to think about it. Say, well, matter of fact, we have some that are less expensive. If you were to start one today, I'm going to assume the 50 is a little bit out of your price range. What would be a comfortable price range today for you to start a program today? What number is that? Well, Joe, the most I can spend is $35. Go there, find out what 35 is. That'll get you $7,500. Bam, it's done. You tried, at least you walk out of the house with something. Okay? When you're talking too fast, golly, I've been with agents and they go 97 miles an hour. Tap your brakes, slow down. Here's the deal. I know exactly where I'm going right now. I've got it already on a roadmap in my brain. And what ends up happening is that we speak too fast. We're going on a little bit too loud. We get a little bit too high pitched. So we got to kind of calm down. People we're dealing with are a little bit older. They understand you, but we need to understand them because they're the ones who want the information. So try to hit those brakes and just go a little bit slower. Eye contact, so important. Open-ended questions I talked about already. When you drive into a client's house, practice your presentation. Hello, Mr. Client, how you doing today? My name is Joe. You sent this card in. I don't want to see you. Today's not a good day. I've changed my mind. All this stuff here. You have to be prepared when they say that. What are you going to say? Oh, you don't want to see me, Mr. Client? Well, Mr. Client, I just spent $30 in this lead, $40 in this lead here. What do you mean you don't want to see me? You got to know what to say when they say that. That's a total different phone call, not today. But you got to be prepared. I don't want it. I changed my mind. I just bought something. I got to have my daughter here. It's storming outside. My dog is sick. They're going to come up with everything. And the reason why most of the time they do that, because you caught them off guard. You just knocked at their door. They don't even know you. That's why to me it's so important. If you knock on a door, stand back about 10 feet to where they don't feel intimidated or they feel that you're on top of them. Do you keep track of your sales? Do you keep track of your presentations? You must keep track of the leads you buy, the people that answer the phones and set appointments, the people's houses you visit, the houses you get into, the full presentations, the half presentations, how many sales you make, the annualized premiums, how many referrals you get, how many sales you make from the referrals, because you need to know a temperature gauge on you. Example, you buy 30 leads. You go to 15 houses, you only get into one house, but 12 people answer the door. We need to talk about what are you saying at the front door. You get the houses, you go inside, same situation, you only make one sale, but you make 12 presentations. You're not selling. What are you doing wrong? You need to go over with your manager. You need to get with me. You need to get with your upline to find out exactly what are you doing wrong. Okay? You're not doing something right if you get into that many houses and you're not making sales. Okay? It could be numerous things. Practice your presentation. Give yourself the rebuttals. Start going back and forth in your brain of what they possibly can sell. Do not assume the client is going to buy. Boy, I've heard buying signals before, and I go straight for the kill. They say, "Oh, no. I just want information today." Okay? So you need to kind of temperature gauge where the client's going, temperature gauge how you're going, and just go slow and steady. Okay? Slow and steady to get to the end, show the different programs, and then go in for the transition, which one works best for you. Company cards, if you need company cards, I'm going to strongly suggest you guys to get them. I get ours from, Jerry, what's it called, laser print? Vistaprint. And I like my picture on the card. I want them to know who I am. So when they see that card, they see something, they're going to be looking at the card, they're going to see me. So, oh, that was that nice guy who didn't pressure me. He didn't keep me at the dining room table for 6 hours. He's a nice guy. Let's call him back. We hope that happens. Most of the time, you want to make sure that they buy something from you and then they call you back because they want to add to it or they want to refer you to a friend. Thank you letters, thank you cards. I'm a proponent of giving out cards, thank yous the old-fashioned way. I went to the dollar store and I bought some this weekend. They used to be 10 for $1. Those days are gone. 6 for $1.25. That there, I have them already pre-done. I put down Mr. Jones or Frank, whatever their name is. Thank you very much for your trust in business. Call me anytime. You know, your agent, Joe. Put it in an envelope, seal it, stick it, put it in the mail. Okay? People like seeing that there. When somebody tells you the price is too high, it's not time to justify why the price is too high. You don't have to defend your price. You need to ask them, why did you say that? What made you feel that our price is too high? Okay? Cheat sheets. If you're on the phone with clients, keep cheat sheets in front of you. Who has child riders, who has accidental riders, have all this stuff in front of you. Trust meter. As I said earlier, open-ended questions leads to more trust, more conversations. The more somebody trusts you, the more willing they are to give you their checking account information, their Social Security. But you got to go slow. You got to tap those brakes. Let them feel comfortable with you. Okay, that's it. I've got about 400 more things to do. Been on the phone now for 15 minutes. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We love you, appreciate you. If you need anything under 65, Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, another whole life carrier, guaranteed, hospital indemnity, get with Jay. We're here today and tomorrow. We're closed Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's slow in the insurance business, so we love you. We appreciate you. Make it a great day. Be safe. And again,